Every source has a source. The Athletic.
September 27th was an historic day for Middle Eastern football. Al-Nasr Dubai, an Emirati club from the Arabian Gulf League, signed forward Dia Saba from Guangzhou RNF. It was the first time an Israeli footballer had been signed by an Arab club, and the move conformed to a recent pattern of cooperation that would have been unthinkable until very recently. For decades, Arab countries have refused to accept the existence of Israel in the Middle East. Now, though, there are signs of change. In August this year, Israel and the United Arab Emirates announced that they would sign an historic peace agreement after years of public hostility. And surprisingly enough, that new agreement can trace some of its roots back to the Faisal Husseini Stadium, the home of the Palestinian national team. In September 2015, the Emirati national side arrived in Palestine for its first ever official football match in the Palestinian territories, as part of the 2018 World Cup qualifications. It was also the first World Cup qualifier to take place in Palestine for almost 3 years. Now, at the time, nobody knew that 5 years and 1 week later, on September 15, 2020, the UAE would sign that peace agreement with Israel, or that in any way that match in El Rum would be a small step towards that treaty. Since the game, Oman, Iraq, Qatar's under-19s, Moroccan Raja Casablanca, and last year even Saudi Arabia have played at Faisal Husseini Stadium. And unlike the previous peace agreements between Arab countries and Israel, this one's effect upon football has been immediate. At first, Israeli club Hapoel Be'er Sheva invited Shabab Al-Ahli Dubai, one of the biggest clubs in the UAE, to play a friendly in Israel. Then followed a story that would shock the region, reported widely by both Arabic and Hebrew-speaking news channels. An Emirati investor was interested in acquiring a partial share in Beitar Jerusalem, the club with the most radical right-wing fan group in Israel and the only club in Israeli football never to have fielded an Arab player. The club announced the talks with an Abu Dhabi-based financer on their website, and Beitar's owner, Moshe Hogeg, told CNN that he was willing to add partners to the club's ownership to create a Jewish and Arab partnership that will help the club win the championship and guarantee participation in the UEFA Champions League. When questioned about La Familia, the fan group who burned down their own club's offices in 2013 in response to Beitar signing 2 Muslim Chechen players, the potential investor, who initially chose to remain anonymous, told I24 News that fanaticism is rooted in ignorance and fear of the other. If there is a spirit of tolerance, we can create an atmosphere of pure friendship. And in the first week of December, an agreement was struck, with it announcing that Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Nahyan, a member of the Abu Dhabi ruling family, has acquired 50% of Beitar and committed to around $90 million worth of investment over a decade-long period. But back in September, something even more tangible and significant had begun to take shape, when the Emirati Al Bayan newspaper reported that Al-Nasr Dubai was on the verge of signing Dia Saba, the Israeli national team forward. Now, this was no idle rumour. 2 days later, the player was presented in the blue shirt of Al Ahmad at the Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai. The people I met here were surprised that there are Arab Muslims who speak Arabic freely in Israel. I'm proud to represent my people, said Saba, who was born in Majd al-Krum, an Arab city in the north of Israel. There's a sense of history in the air. There's much more than football in this transfer. Dia Saba has become an ambassador of sorts, with Al Nasr enjoying worldwide attention. But not all of it has been positive. When he debuted at the end of October, many in Israel and the UAE celebrated. Across the region, however, the reactions varied between ambivalence, suspicion, and disappointment. Many Arab fans mocked Saba, calling him a traitor. In Palestine, they were also critical of the local FA for not calling Saba into the national team when he was still available, and for their policy of not selecting players from the Arab minority in Israel. The road for complete peace in the Middle East is still far away, clearly. Nevertheless, this peace agreement offers something new that hasn't existed before in one of the most diverse and fractious areas of the world. Bahrain announced it would also sign a deal with Israel, as well as Sudan, and other Arab countries are reportedly likely to follow. And in football, it opens the door to new barrier-breaking partnerships in the Middle East. In late October, Maccabi Haifa announced a formal cooperation agreement with Al Ain, one of the UAE's Arabian Gulf League teams, which will also involve a match of peace between the two, due to be played in Abu Dhabi. "I've always believed it was possible to develop friendly relations through sports," said Yaakov Shahar, Maccabi's owner, at the end of October. "We will sign a memorandum of understanding between the two clubs in a matter of days to create a relationship that will include collaborations on both the sporting and the business side." In a first-of-its-kind agreement, another memorandum of understanding has been signed between the UAE Pro League and the Israeli Professional Football League. At a signing ceremony on the 26th of October, and reported on by the Emirati news agency, Abdel Al-Nasr Al-Junaibi, the chairman of the UAE Pro League, said football has always been the most important and fast path to bring people together. Ers Halfon, his opposite as the chairman of the Israeli Professional Football League, concurred, saying that we have the ability to use it as a tool to build relationships and break down walls between people of all genders and of all races. And Halfon evidently believes in what this partnership can inspire. "It shall not only be a bridge between football clubs," he said, "but it should also be a platform for a series of initiatives, business, technologies, and above all, will be a bridge for the development of social and cultural ties between people from both sides."
But we don't need another striker.
Listen, he's going to sign. My nephew's girlfriend's brother's barber, his best friend to the kitman assistant.
Every source has a source. The Athletic.